Good evening, everyone. My name is Giovanni Serrano, and I will present in a preservation project based on the endangered species, the Phocoena signals, also known as the vaquita. The vaquita is a critically endangered species. It is the most endangered cetacean in the world, and it's one of the smallest porpoise. The vaquita is critically affected by genetic drift to extinction vortex. It has a small population that leads to interbreeding, which reduces the reduction of genetic variability. So the species become more vulnerable to diseases, which has created a small population. The Phocoena sinus is also known as the vaquita or the Gulf of California harbor porpoise. It is an endemic species to the Gulf of California. You can see here there is a map of the distribution of the vaquita and different bioreserves that have been created for the conservation of the vaquita. However, most of the reserves, even though they stated that they're created for the vaquita, in the past years, most of the reserves were directed to the totoba, which is another species that is critically endangered in the Gulf of California. So as you can see here, the vaquita refuge is a small portion, and the distribution of the vaquita ranges from San Felipe to Puerto Peñasco, and it ranges from it ranges from 30 to 45 north, and west to 114 to 20 degrees west. So the range of the vaquita is a little bit bigger than compared to the vaquita refuges. As you also can see, we have the gillnet exclusion zone, which it doesn't really helps the vaquita that much because the population has been increasing drastically every year because of legal fishing that has been taking place, and because there is not that much regulations that prevent or conserve the vaquita population. The Phocoena sinus diet. The vaquita consumes a large variety of benthic and demersal tail fishes and squids. Its role in the food chain is as a tertiary consumer. It's a carnivore. Even though the vaquita is at the top of the food chain, it is predated by large sharks and killer whales, or sometimes the sinus orca. Which, however, this predation is really rare. But even though it's rare, the killer sharks still reducing the population size of the vaquita, which in the same time is reducing the population, which is leading the vaquita to closer to extinction. So the large sharks, the killer whales, basically are the natural how you can say the natural factors that are reducing the population size of the vaquita. So here there is a small a small representation of the food chain. So you have the algae is predated by the fish is predated by the squid and the crab, and then the crab and the crab and the squid are predated by the vaquita, and the vaquita is predated by the sharks, and the killer whales, and orcinos on rare occasions. The reason why they're critically endangered, there is three main reasons. First is genetic drift. Genetic drift that has become the genetic drift because there's the interbreeding has reduced the genetic variability and the presence of more beneficial genes. And also the population is really small, so there's only 60 remaining specimens, and out of all those 60 specimens, only 25 reproductive females. The vaquita possesses a short lifespan of 20 years. So as you can see, the lifespan of the vaquita is really small, 20 years. And what makes it even more impacting that genetic drift has a higher effect on this population is that the vaquita possesses low rate of reproduction. So vaquita produces a calf every 2 years. So let's say that in one occasion you reduce the population, you take 5 females that are reproduced, then you reduce the potential reproduction to 20 only 20 specimens only. So as you reduce the population, there's less females that are able to reproduce, which in result will lead to the extinction of the animal. And the reduction of the specimen is the result of the incidental catch, which is the most important human problem that is reducing the vaquita's population. So is there something really ironic because there is a negative relationship between the totoba and the vaquita. So most of the gillnets in where the vaquita falls bitten to are not meant for the vaquita, they're meant for the totoba. But because the vaquita happens to be at the right moment, they fall bitten to this gillnets, which reduce the population size. So as you can see, the totoba is kind of in a way responsible for the extinction of the vaquita, but we are the humans are as humans we're the main responsibles of this possible extinction in the future. There is also habitat degradation, which again is caused by humans, and however, this change is mostly outside and is affecting the Colorado River. So basically, we're constructing a lot of dams and we're removing a lot of water from the river, which enters out in the Gulf of California, which provides a lot of different nutrients that made this ecosystem really rich. Because it's really rich in different nutrients, it contains a lot of genetic variability. So by reducing the water withdrawal, we're taking all of these factors that could potentially reduce genetic variability within the ecosystem. The effects have not been investigated thoroughly. So so it is really recommend that we study how habitat degradation can impact the environment and the population size of the vaquita. There is extinction rates. I already said the population is small. The vaquita possesses a small population, which has led to a lot of interbreeding and also genetic diversity. So because there is lots of genetic diversity, it has reduced the adaptability and survival reproductions, which have led to the reduction in population size. So it makes it really vulnerable to catastrophes, environmental variation, or demographic stochasticity, which at the end results in even a smaller population. So preservation of the vaquita. The preservation of vaquita, even though it sounds really difficult, we can also start by just petitioning for more strict fishing regulations in the Gulf of California. We can develop new fishing gear that will not affect the vaquita, that could affect only the totoba, or we could fight for reserves that protect the entire range of the vaquita, and also protect the totoba, because if the totoba affects the vaquita, so we're able to save the totoba, we were able to save the vaquita as well. So we were able to save two animals by fighting for more protected restrictions on more restrictions on fishing. Basically ban fishing for the Gulf of California for a moment, for the vaquita to be able to increase their population size, because the vaquita, even though it is going through extinction process, is not really affected. In order to help the vaquita, we should take the declining approach method, basically trying to get rid of all the different factors that are affecting the population. So we have natural predators like the killer whales, and the large sharks. We have gillnets. So if we eliminate fishing, there will not be more gillnets in where the vaquita will fall victim to. We could also develop and design programs to raise public education awareness about the species' importance to its environments, because even though there has been a lot of projects and different organizations that are fighting to preserve the vaquita doesn't have that much impact on the environment. It doesn't have that much importance in the public of the eyes, and they don't really seem to care about the vaquita. So because it doesn't receive that much importance, as a specimen that is endangered, there has not been really a lot of studying of the vaquita. There's a little known about the history of its evolution. So if we increment awareness about the importance of this incredible specimen, we could save not only the vaquita, but the totoba as well. So we will be saving two animals at the same time. So you're starting a small program in the school. We can start with the hashtag Save the Vaquita. We can get in contact with different research organizations that are preserving the vaquita, because it's just one of the smallest cetaceans in the world. So it's the last small. It's like one of the smallest cetaceans in the world. It's the last chance that this specimen has for its survival, and there is only 16 left specimen remaining. So every year, let's say we lose two every 2 years. We're reducing the population size, and only out of those 60 specimens left, only 25 are able to reproduce. So we eliminate 10 of those reproductive females, then basically putting the vaquita at a very large stake for extinction. And even the vaquita is a small and really amazing specimen, so it's worth saving as well as many other animals on the planet. Thank you.